parallel parking for a second. I think it's really important that you focus on the skill set of parallel parking. You have to practice. You need to practice in a parking lot. You can practice in front of your house with two trash cans. You can have mom and dad put the car there. The thing I've liked and I've been using over the last 6 months is Opus Clips because when I make content for driver's education, tutorials, Opus Clips with this AI feature, it allows the clip to go through the AI feature and it will pick the most educational clips. Hey, Jay, how are you? And for instance, Jay is the person I'm helping orient and get to driving. We want to help her be successful. And I think, Jay, and it's just you and me right now, we're talking. Jay, we're going to set a game plan for you. And that game plan will be, me reaching out to people in Jackson, Mississippi to try to find um, how we can get you there. Next, we got to find an ophthalmologist, right? Um, who can look at your eye. I'm not an eye surgeon. To see if you can actually um, drive because you do have an eye that's a little bit off, which is normal, right? Um, I am not an ophthalmologist. You might have to have surgery. It could be a matter of them putting you under with local anesthesia. And then, yes, in Mississippi, Morris Point, okay. So it could be a matter of them examining your eye. Um, Maybe you have a muscle that needs to be tightened up. I know there are four muscles. There's one in the top, one in the bottom, left and right. So that could be maybe a Christmas gift to yourself, right? To take care of yourself. So Jay, I want you to look at you getting ready to drive as a Christmas gift to yourself because when you give, you receive. And I had a really great conversation with you. I know it was long, but it was very meaningful because I have a chance to impact someone's life. And Jay, um, I have a chance to impact your life to motivate you to get going. Um, and Jay, if you ever decide to post content, you can use Opus Clips because Opus Clips will pull the best moments out and then you can edit it into smaller chunks that you can post on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. And I really appreciate you coming in just to hang out for a few minutes. Next, Jay, we're going to talk about you and your plan. I would say, your mom's going to help you. You're going to, thank you. Your mom's going to help, right? Your family member's going to help. My dad helped me. I was scared to bring my car home. I had a piece of junk car, but I finally brought it home, right? And my dad said, "Hey, boy, what is that car in front of our house, that piece of junk?" I said, "That's my piece of junk." So they knew. And then I was like silent, but nothing happened. So he saw my old rusty car. It was okay. It started. It leaked a little bit of oil, but I had my own car. So, Jay, you could get that $500 car, that $200 car. You just need to go to the church and find out. You need to go to a community center and find out. Jay, make that phone call to your local church. Talk to the pastor or minister. The church is a great way to help people in the community. Trust me, there's some little old lady or little old man. Hey, we got a second car in the garage. It just needs a battery. It needs some tires. Okay. So, yes, I have three eye surgeries when I was little, and I almost died when I was a little girl. So I'm scared. Well, Jay, um, find a different doctor. That's easy for me to say. Now, I want to share this with you. My mom had cataract, cataract surgery. She had lost her vision when I was in high school. Like she had to have surgery. We had to drive all the way to Philadelphia. My mom lost her vision. We had no choice. And this is way before, You paid $2.99 an eye. She had to get that done. So either you're going to have that eye that's off centered, impacting your driving, or you're going to have to get it fixed. Now, Jay, it's easy for me to say because I'm not in your shoes, right? I'm not in your shoes. It's easy for me to say. So you need to call someone. You're going to have to be examined. You could do a telehelp appointment. Okay. You don't have to go in anymore. You could make an appointment. Jay, you should have insurance. Okay. You're 21. You should be on your parents' insurance until you're 25 or 26. Get that insurance number. Look online. Call and set up a telehelp appointment. Hey, I want to Google it. Okay. Wherever you live. Okay. You don't need to get in the car to go to the doctor and wait in line anymore. Those days are over. You got a phone. The doctor's going to examine. Hey, question. Come on. Let's get that question. And while I'm waiting, I'm talking about Opus Clips. And then Opus Clips, put your question in. Opus Clips is a software program I've been using for about 8 months. And it's really helped me leverage my social media where I can edit, I can put in music. If you're ever like in social media, you need to use Opus Clips because it's so easy. You drop in music, you put your AI stuff in, and it really has increased my production tenfold. So go ahead, put in your question. Put that question in. Jay, why he's putting this question? So Jay, you got to get that insurance card. You got to go online. Telehelp. Okay? You got to find an ophthalmologist and you're going to talk to them on the phone. They're going to see your eye and they're going to say, you know what? We need to examine this a little bit closer. They're going to call you in. They're not going to schedule anything over the phone, but at least you can get the process going. So I'm going to start driver's ed appointment soon. I want to know after I finish driver's ed, can I immediately go to get my light learners? What state are you in? Every state is different. So what state are you in? That's the first thing I want to say to you. Remember, I'm holding one hand on the phone normally. I have the phone mounted. So what state are you from? North Carolina. I'm going to try to put the phone right here. Be patient. I'm going to type in. Sorry, it's a little ghetto. I'm going to be patient. And hold on. I know where I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you right here. I'm prepared. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to type in North Carolina, DMV. Give me a second. I'm going to type that in. North Carolina, DMV. Okay, license renewal, official DMV site. Learn more. Driver's license. Just clicking on it. Driver's license appointment. I'm looking. Schedule an appointment. Duplication. First time North Carolina driver's license. Okay. To get a North Carolina driver's license for the first time, an individual must be at least 18. Are you 18? Yes or no? So you got to be 18. Type in yes or no. I'm here for you. So you got to be 18. No. So you can't. Problem done. Individuals need to be at least 18 to apply for the first learner's permit, 15 to 17 to apply for a limited learner's permit. So it looks like you have a graduated license. So I answered your question. My question is Tennessee. We take driver's education classes in January. Hold on. in January. Sorry, the other message. You're going to have to type that in again. Okay. Every state's different. Type it in again. So if you're from North Carolina, I'm looking at it right now. New adult drivers. To get your North Carolina driver's license the first time, individuals must be at least 18 years old. Okay? This is for North Carolina. Okay, you got to type it in. I got a bunch of people talking to me. But this is good, though. This is real. Okay? I didn't plan to go on, but we going to keep it real. Right? You see that big smile. All right? And this is what it's all about, keeping it real. Because my school said I could get my learner's permit at 14.5. What state are you from? Are you from North Carolina? All right. Does your public school offers driver's education? That's the thing I want to say. Some public schools do, and if North Carolina, maybe your public school does. Okay, so you're in North Carolina, so public schools. So you're probably taking driver's ed at your public school. I took it at my public school. You are going to be under learner's permit. So that's what it is. Individuals at least 18. Teens, you're a teen. 15 to 17 must apply for a limited learner. So you're going to be on a limited learner's permit. Okay, you're going to have to drive with mom or dad. Okay, a graduated license, we have that here. Teens must be at least 15 to receive an eligible driver's education certificate with an approved course. Okay, so you can be driving with mom or dad or grandpa. It says in addition to, so you're going to take the driver's education course at your local high school. You may operate, teen driver may only operate a motor vehicle while supervised. You're going to have mom or dad or a legal guardian. The supervisor must be a licensed driver for at least 5 years, seated next to you. Done. That was easy. Next question. So Jay, I'm going back to you. Jay, you're going to get that insurance number. Usually what happens when your parent, they have a second, in case you get hurt, right? Let's pretend you're at your friend's house 3 hours away. Mama, do I have my insurance card? Honey, you have it with you. My niece will be taking at 16 this month and will be taking the driver's classes. Will this help her be able to? What state are you in? Get a lot of people coming in tonight. This is good. I love it. I love it. Come on, this is good. What state are you from? Type it in. I need to know the state, then I can type it in and tell you. I love it. This is real. And by the way, you got to be using Opus Clips. Like I'm gonna edit this out, and then Opus Clips is what I use. I can add in AI features, sound, music. It's really cool, and I highly do recommend it. It's really helped me make better content. Tennessee. Okay, let's put Tennessee in. I love it. And it's always nice to have an instructor kind of walk you through the process. So I got a really big smile just from my heart. Tennessee DMV. Here we go, baby. Okay. Tennessee, regular driver's license. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go back. It said teen. Teen, how old is the person? 18 under, how old is the person? Because that will have an impact too. I'm looking at Tennessee's, they have a graduated license system too. How old is the person? This is real. My nose is all stuffed up. I was done. Hold on. How old is the person? Hello, hey, how are you? $16. Okay, teenager. Same thing. Teenager, graduated license. How to get a learner's permit. You must be at least 15 years old. You must pass the vision test. So Jay, I'm talking to Jay. Can you pass the vision test? Yes or no? Jay, you should be in here. Hopefully it's yes. If you can't pass your vision test, Jay, then you already know what's going to happen. So you got to at least be 15. You're 16. You're going to take a vision test. You got to pass the driver's license knowledge test. Usually it's 100 questions. In our state, it's 80 questions. Okay, you passed the vision test. So then, Jay, if you can drive with that left, it's your is it your left eye, Jay? I'm in three conversations. Jay, is it your left eye or right eye? Okay. So going back to the person from Tennessee, 16 years old, Tennesseans age 15 to 17 can take the driver's license knowledge test online. That's cool. If you choose to take the knowledge test at the center, save time. Um, I would take a practice test first to see how you do, and then take that test, pass it. That's the first hurdle. After you pass that test, you got to have a parent or guardian with you. Yes, the left eye. Um, Jay, you got to go see an ophthalmologist, right? Do the telehealth thing, but they're going to want you to come in. There's no way around it. Hey, my grandfather is going to the classes as a Christmas. Oh, that's cool. Now, so is her grandfather going to be taking the class, or is her grandfather going to go with the person? This is so great. Like, this is so pure. Okay. Like, seriously, guys, I was ready to shut down everything. And I just read an email and I'm like, let me go live for a few minutes. Let's let's talk. Let's help some people. And I am so blessed. Like, it's so pure. Okay. Like, I was ready to go upstairs and eat like I'm starving, but I'm here. So, Christmas gift. I love that. So, um, uh, granddaughter, grandson, take some practice tests online, pass that test, get that permit, and start driving. Get those hours in. At our state, you got to have 30 hours in 3 months. Okay. Looking at Tennessee's, um, without getting too restricted, you, in order to get you're going to have to drive for a lot of hours. Okay. You got so to get to your intermediate level, you got to drive. Must have 50 hours behind the wheel, 10 hours at night. You got to have your learner's permit for at least 180 days. This will be a driving school. Okay. The driving schools do the same thing. It depends on what you feel comfortable with. Where I'm from, we have to have 6 hours of driving. I'm a state certified instructor, 6 hours of driving. We have to have 24 hours of class. Uh, they need 4 hours of observation. So someone has to be in the back watching them. They take their state test. I grade the state test. I get all this stuff together in an envelope. I take it over to corporate. They get emailed their digital certificate. I want to come to America. I have a truck license. Is there any chance? I love it. Man, this algorithm got me out here, baby. I love it. Okay, you're coming to America. You're going to have to take the American truck driving CDL test. Okay, just like if I came to your country, I would have to take your country's truck driving CDL test. It is a little tougher. If you're driving, what country are you from? I wish you could come to Tennessee. You know what? You got me here in spirit. Uh, uh, I'm certified in the Midwest. I don't. I wish we had a universal driver's education certificate. I could go across the country. I could spend the summer helping people. Like, that's my vision. So, like, Mr. BC, if you're listening, we're here in Tennessee and we're going to help 100 people learn how to drive. I know Jimmy would do that because he's such a great guy. I met him about 3 years ago at Vid Summit. He would help people. Jimmy's about helping people. So, um, in our state, driver's ed is anywhere from $450 to $550. It's very expensive. Typically, uh, people of color just don't have the money. A lot of drivers don't have the money, so they end up waiting till they're 18. Now you're 18, you got to go to the DMV, you got to take your test. It's 25 or 30 questions. It's called a TIP. You pass it, you get a temporary structure permit, you drive with someone for 30 days, you take your test. If you pass it, you're driving. So every state is different. Okay. I love it. Keep those questions coming in. Jay, if you're still here, if you feel insecure about your eye, you got to go to a different ophthalmologist. But if you had eye surgery, your records will be with that one doctor. Like this is serious. You know, they're going to look at your eye, they're going to examine it. You know, physically, it's probably okay. Again, I'm not an ophthalmologist, but they're going to check it. And if you feel okay driving with your eye the way it is, then drive, girl. Put on some chill little like sunglasses and go get it. People gonna do. I'm very tall. People gonna look at me like, "Why are you so tall?" The other day when I was driving to student for the first time. This mom said, "You're really tall." So I'm like 6'4", and she looked at me like, "You're really tall," and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" Friendly, smiling, because that first drive you're always nervous. Parents are always nervous. Students are always nervous. So what did we do? We drove through the parking lot, going up and down the aisles, making right turns, making left turns. Then we got into a neighborhood, um, and we started pulling in driveways, reversing out. Your instructor should be taking you on low traffic areas. My people from Tennessee, I used to teach in person, 36 kids. I used to drive 26. I used to drive all of the kids, right? I was chasing money. Early on in my career, I'm like, I'm driving all 36. I'm about to stack this money. But you know what? You get tired. You show up late for drives. You mess up on your paperwork. So I learned a lesson. One of my uh, athletic directors said, "Hey, you're burning the candle at both ends." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he said, you're doing too much. I was a school teacher and coaching football, track, and basketball and doing driver's ed. I was stacking up. I was stacking up that money. But you know what? I didn't have a good life. I was tired. I was getting home at 12 o'clock midnight. See, that's what you guys don't know. It's 9:13 Eastern Standard Time. Like, I just had my online class. Like, I'm chilled. Okay. Normally, I've taught class 7 to 9. I would drive 9 to 12, midnight. And the parent said, "I don't care. You drive them home." I'm like, oh my God. So we would drive 9 to 10, 10 to 11, and 11 to 12. And guess what? When it's nighttime, good things don't happen at night. It wasn't scary or anything, but you get tired. Students forget which way to go home. You got to get gas. You know, you pull up to a shady gas station. So there's so many stories I could tell you. But post COVID, um, we started doing online classes, and the company said, "Any instructor who wants to sign up for online classes, sign up." I'm like, um, 9 to 11, 11 to 1. I'll take a break. Okay, and then 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. I was doing like 8-hour sessions. And remember, there are 36 kids in the class. The company was a mess. And I'm not going to blame the driver's ed company, but that was a very rough time across the country for driver's education, right? But I learned a lot. You got to put people first. I would help anyone. So it was a very challenging time for me, but it burned out a lot of instructors. We lost some instructors due to COVID. I did not have COVID, but I did burn myself out and been nervous behind the wheel. Okay, so This is real. So Jay, you're going to be nervous because you've only driven maybe less than a handful of times. And I don't know where the person took you. You say you live in a kind of isolated rural area. You're going to go on some of the main roads. You're going to go on dirt roads. That's always sketchy and scary. Um, it takes time to drive on the interstate. Like you got to drive a few hours, right? It takes time to drive in the big city. Did you drive to Jackson before? Going on the interstate. I've drove to Texas before. I've been to Kansas before. I've been to Chicago before. I've been up to Niagara Falls before. I've been to Chicago, Iowa before. I have some video somewhere. The trip probably on my computer. See, you don't even know that yet. I need to use Opus Clips and to clip that up, to put in some music behind it, put in some closed captions. So use Opus Clips. It really adds production value to your work. I drove in California. I drove to Wisconsin and got lost. I had a flat tire there. I drove my three-quarter Chevy van. The windshield wipers were broken. Barely had heat. I was in a snowstorm. Every couple of miles, I had to pour windshield washer solvent on the up. I don't know how I made it. God was protecting me. Like I should have been in the ditch, but young, not really worried about it. I was going to a automotive seminar about cars. So, and then one other time I was driving a Toyota Camry. I was trying to go somewhere. I ended up in West Virginia. Do you hear me? I got lost. Then I had a blowout. I'm like I got a flat tire. I had to pull over. No one was going to help me. Mom, Dad, on me. Now I know how to change the tire. So Jay, same thing for you. What if you have a flat tire? Who you gonna call? You got to know how to change that. You got to prepare. You can't pretend. Oh, I'm just gonna stay here. There are random people in the world who would snatch you up. Real talk. So Jay, um, it depends on how bad you want it. Like I can help you. I can give you the numbers to call, but you gotta have to call that eye doctor. You know, I could call the church for you. Hey, this is for Jay. Do you have a member in the church that has an extra vehicle? Who are you? Where are you from? It's got to come from you. Okay. You've got to break through that cycle. And remember, it's easy for me to say, but maybe I'm the person motivating you. You got to be motivated if you really want to drive. Okay. You have to. My very first car was like a piece of crap car I paid $250 for. I worked at a bus terminal. I made $250. The car did not have any heat. Okay. It was under leaves and a bunch of crap. I washed the car off, had to get a new battery, had to change the water pump. I had to learn how to do that stuff, but that made me want to learn how to drive. Okay. It was the Chevy Malibu, light blue. Okay. I ended up putting headers on there, exhaust, a new carburetor. It was my first car. No heat. I was freezing in the wintertime, but guess what? I love that car. And that car made me who I am today. And you will have those pieces of crap cars, but then once you learn how to drive and get a job, you can buy a better piece of crap car, right? But God works in mysterious ways. You can get a car and then someone would say, you know what? We got a car in the garage. Like my pastor, he said, you know what? We got a member. They have a Mercedes four-door. I don't remember. It was a turbo diesel Mercedes, but it had a diesel fuel leak inside the car. The car smelled like diesel fuel. So the pastor at church said, you could drive it for, a couple of weeks until you get your car fixed. I'm like, whoa, I'm driving a diesel car. and I was used to putting gas in, so it was cool. I didn't want to mess it up. There was a lot of circumstances, and I'm not going to go into great detail about that. But God will provide a way for you. If you really need it, Jay, and it's really honesty in your heart, God will provide a way. Okay, there are doctors that make home visits, but Jay, you got to get out of that area and get to the city. Or if you got a local doctor in your area, if your local doctor performed the surgery, you got to, you got to, you got to push yourself. Okay, like me, I have some dreams, right? I want to put a grant together, um, get a proposal, have an LLC. I want to get a proposal, get a Tesla, start teaching people how to drive, expand my business. I can't be scared. Now's the time, right? The prices of Teslas are very affordable. I need to get a plug installed at the house. I can't be scared. Or I always say, man, I wish I would have did it. I wish I would have did it. My daughter said years ago, Dad, you would be so great doing driver's ed. You're so great with the kids and everything. She's 21 now. She said that like when she was 12. So Jay, how do you think I feel? Real talk. I'm sharing this with you. If this makes sense to you, give it a thumbs up. Okay? Give it a thumbs up. So it's still not too late for me to realize my dream, right? But I got a plan and I got to go for it because the longer you wait, it won't happen. Okay. There are a lot of opportunities out here, but you got to have a car. You got to have insurance. You've got to be dependable. You can make money driving people around. You can make money being in a medical career. You could carry medical specimens from hospital to hospital. Okay. You could be an Uber, but you got to have a car. There's some YouTube videos I've seen people rent Teslas for the weekend. They do DoorDash. They make $150. My daughter did that. I was with her. She made $125 in about 4 hours. Right? She had to go to a scuffle. Opus clips. You can edit that out. She had to go to a couple sketchy areas, but she made about $125 in 4 hours. That's my daughter. She put in work. Now she does insurance and going to college and taking 21 hours. The girl puts in work. That's right. Okay. So if I was a female, I would be like her. So, but there are opportunities, Jay. You just have to realize those opportunities and push yourself to connect with those opportunities. Okay. So you got to knock some of that rust off. Someone in your family's got to say, you know what? We're tired of having you bug us. Get into the car, drive. And Jay, don't be giving up, Jay. Facts. And Jay, we're all pulling for you, like real talk. Because, like you said, Jay, you motivated me. Jay, if I had a chance to come down to Mississippi, I would scoop you up right now. I'm like, get in the car. What? Get in the car. Adjust your seat. Adjust your mirror. Let's go. And you'll start off really slow. You'll be hugging the right, hugging the left because I'm an instructor. I know what you're going to do. And then once you get comfortable, we can knock that rust off. And then you can be like, zoom, zoom, zoom. You're going to be driving. Real talk. So I already know the process, but someone in your family has to take a risk. Okay? Real talk. And Jay, maybe when you see the community, not just coming for me, the community, you're like, Jay, we're all pulling for you. Okay? You got to get in town and you got to talk to people. You guys giving me hope? Of course. Let's see here. You guys give me hope. It's been mine ever since 59 years old. You know what? We all have hope. And if one person, if I'm bringing all you hope and love, then that's my blessing. All of you are my blessing, right? And hopefully I'm your blessing to not be scared to go fill out that application or go apply for another job or go learn how to drive. It's easier said than done. And if you got to scrape pennies up and return bottle cans and whatever, babysit, cut grass, clean, whatever you have to do, you got to do this to get it done. Okay. There's so many automobiles out here that start in your church. That's what I would do. Start at your local church. Go talk to the pastor. Go talk to the minister. Go talk to the Salvation Army. Gotta get my crystal light. My voice is getting a little dry. Guys, I'm telling you, this is like so unplanned. Like I was getting ready to shut down the computer. I was reading an email. And then I just decided to go live for a few minutes and bing, 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 bing. All you guys came in. And trust me, whenever I'm done, I'm going to go smash some food somewhere, right? Peanut butter jelly sandwich, some fries, right? Maybe some chicken fried rice. Okay. So there is hope. And I think my dad always said have a plan A and B. Someone's screaming upstairs. I don't know what's going on. I heard some, yeah, 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 yeah. So something's going on upstairs. But I think you've got to push yourself. And to drive is freedom, right? And yes, thank you. Go eat, man. Yeah, I'm going to eat in a few minutes. Like at 9:30, I'm going to get off. Yes. But you know what? All of you are giving me the nourishment right now because from hearing you and talking to you and seeing from us talking right now with the words, it's greater than all of us together. And I see my calling. And like if it's really pure in my heart, when I put together this grant, like I can't do it for selfish reasons. If I put together this grant, someone in the state or the federal government's going to read this. They're going to see, okay, here's this guy. And if this is real, we're going to award this guy $20,000, $40,000. Then I'll get the driver's ed car. I'll get everything set. I'll make better content. And then I will start helping people learn how to drive. Then the blessings will come in. If it's for the wrong reasons, it'll never happen. I'm a firm believer in that because when you give, you receive. God will never put more on your plate than you can handle. I'm gonna say that again. God will never put more on your plate than you can handle. And by hearing all of you, reading your words, like it's gonna be in my heart and soul forever. So that's how I look at this because driving can change your life. I've seen it change people's lives. And then someone helped me set up my LLC. They helped me. I drove their kids. They helped me. So when you give, you receive. And then my insurance agent, I almost crashed my car at the racetrack. He's like, if you don't get back into your car and drive that car again, you will never drive. So I calmed down. I listened to him. His name is Steve. I'm not going to say his last name. I got back into that car, went about 140 miles an hour, kept the car straight, right? So there's some things I have to overcome too. I haven't been in my race car in like 7 or 8, 9 years. I got a 1968 Camaro in the garage. It's there. I want to make content on that. But I got to go through the licensing process all over again. Hopefully we can video all that and I can document that. So there's a lot of things I have planned. Like, how much stuff do you do? Teach, driver's ed, drive students, the social media. It's a lot, but I have fun with it. And it's very rewarding. And if I can help any of you reach your goal, become motivated, then that's what it's all about because we're all here as a community together. We're all here as a community. And when we give, we receive. There are a lot of good people out here. There are a lot of good organizations out here, and they want to help. So just like me, you, Jay, there's some organizations here in my state. I could call them, okay, do you have an LLC? Yes. Are you a nonprofit? No. Well, what do you need to do? Okay, you need to do this and this and this. Once we know you're a nonprofit, we can award you X number of dollars. I could get a car. I could start advertising, start helping people get driver's ed, make a profit. And then live happily ever after. Don't think it's not without risk. A lot of beginning drivers do make mistakes, running lights, going into the wrong lane, going over the curb. So I really have to stay alert. So you only see one side of it. Um, there's a lot of paperwork I have to do, submitting paperwork on time. My own company, there's I got to do all this paperwork. So, guys and ladies, first, I want to say thank you. It's really been a blessing. I did plan to come back on here, but I did for a few minutes. And Jay, visit your doctor. My people from Tennessee, you know what you got to do. Um, and I will go on live tomorrow um, about this time and we'll talk and have a real conversation. I want to say thank you all for motivating me and hopefully I motivated you. And remember, use Opus Clips. This allows you to edit, put music in, transitions. It's what I use exclusively to really make my content pop. And it's made me a better content creator because this AI is going to pick the best moments from this vertical clip and it's going to edit it out. And I'm working on better thumbnails to really get your attention. And now that you know me, you're going to say, oh my God, he put out a video. Yes. So I want to say thank you guys. I'm going to go find some food. It might be some French fries, it might be some Chinese food, but a brother's going to eat. I love you guys. Stay in contact. Look at all my videos. Bye.